Jojolopa, Sevaro, and Namaste to all my dear friends. Today I would like to welcome to this class of grade 5 social studies. Okay, my dear students, I hope all of you are very safe and sound there. Now, as I have told you in my previous class, I am present here today with a new topic, that is unity in diversity. You might have heard this. If not, don't worry, okay? Today we will be all clear about the topic. And before going to the topic, let's have a short revision about our previous class. My dear students, in our previous class, we all have gone through a topic. Do you remember what was it? Okay, it was all about our tradition, right? Which is in unit 2 of your social book, right? And in that class, we have already known what is tradition, yes, and its types also. You might have remembered that. I have told you there are especially two types of tradition. One is good, next one is bad traditions. Yes, and we also have discussed some examples of good traditions, and we have known from that class we need to continue or preserve our good traditions, right? And what about bad? Should you preserve and continue bad traditions? No, obviously not, isn't it? Bad traditions are bad or harmful for us, for our society, so that we should not follow the bad traditions. We need to do some reforms for bad traditions, isn't it? So, we have gone through the bad traditions examples also, and what should be the reforms for that also. We have already done it in our previous class. So, my dear students, let's start our today's class. Our today's class, it is all about unity in diversity. Now, let's start our class from words and meaning. So, are you ready there? Okay, I hope all of you are ready. Okay, let's go for it. So, my dear students, you can look at the board. Some of the words and their meanings I have already written here. So, let's read it and let's know even the meaning of them also. Okay, so let's have a words on the board and please you read after me. Okay, then let's see. Okay, here the first word is here, words and meaning we are going through. First word is diversity, diversity, as there is in the topic too. Okay, once again I am reading this word for you. Okay, diversity, diversity. And what's the meaning? Have you heard this word before? Okay, you might have heard. Okay, so let's know the meaning. Having varieties, that means different types. Diversity means differences, varieties of variations. Okay, are you all clear? Okay, very good then. Now, the next word is also for you, that is SARMONY, harmony. Once again, I'll read for you. SARMONY, harmony. What is it? What's the meaning of it? Now you know the word, then what's the meaning? It is it is agreement. Okay, to understand something like that, it is agreement. Harmony means to be in an agreement, to understand each other. Alright, so the next word is also here, MUTUAL, mutual. Once again, listen to me, okay, my dear students. MUTUAL, mutual. Then what is the meaning of mutual? It is very easy here. You might have heard it. Yes, it is common. The meaning of the word mutual is common, which is related to many people, not a single people. Okay, not of an individual. It is of common, many peoples. Right? Okay, the next word is also here. That is also from our topic. Okay, that is UNITY, unity. Once again, I will repeat for you. U-N-I-T-Y, unity. Right? So here the word is state of being joined. Okay, my dear students, let's have a look here. The word is state of being joined. Unity, being single. Yes, you can take it as an individual too. Unity means state of being joined, togetherness. Right? Okay, last but not the least, okay, there is a word which might be new for you. So, let's listen carefully, repeat after me and let's know the meanings too. Okay, so the last word is ENTHUSIASM, enthusiasm. Once again, I'll read for you, okay? ENTHUSIASM, enthusiasm. What's the meaning then? Do you feel the word new for you? Okay, then let's know the meaning. After that, you cannot forget this word even, okay? So, meaning of enthusiasm is intense and eager enjoyment or interest. Okay. My dear students, let's be clear. The meaning of enthusiasm is something like having enjoyment or interest, very much keen interest in something. That is called as enthusiasm. So, my dear students, now you might be clear about the words and even about their meanings. Alright? Okay. Now, my dear students, let's move towards next activities, that is all about our topic, and it is about unity in diversity. So, first of all, you have to understand, you have to be clear about the topic. What does it mean? Okay, why it is said as unity in diversity. So, for that, let's have a look on the slide so that you will be clear on the topic. It will be easier for you to understand what is the meaning of unity in diversity. You might have heard our country is a country where there is unity in diversity, right? Okay, then what do you mean by unity in diversity? What the words tells us? Let's have a look on the slide. Okay, my dear students, I will read for you and you also can read and listen to me also, okay? So, here unity is the state of being together or joined as a whole, and diversity means having differences or variations. Listen, my dear students, unity means state of being together and diversity means having differences or variations. Thus, unity in diversity refers to be joined or single despite of all the differences. My dear students, two different words are here. Unity, which means togetherness, and diversity, which means variations or differences. So, unity in diversity means we need to understand that unity refers to being together and diversity means differences. So, unity in diversity means we have to understand that unity means being together whether we have many differences among us. Okay, now let's move forward. There are different ethnic groups with different religions, language, customs and traditions. My dear students, you might have seen, you might have noticed around you, yes, among your friends, in your community, in your society, there are people who are of different caste, who follow different religion, who celebrate different festivals, who speak different languages, right? Okay, now all of them have mutual understanding and respect for each other, and you might have noticed this also, isn't it? All of the people, though they have many differences, they respect each other and they understand each other, they help each other. You might have gone to some others festivals to celebrate, haven't you? Yes, obviously your friends might have invited you, isn't it? So, that is respecting others' festivals and even understanding others' culture and tradition, okay? Now, without help and support of others, we cannot survive. Listen, my dear students, we are social being. Without society, we cannot live. We cannot live as animals can live in the jungle alone without help of others, isn't it? So that we are social being, so we need help and support of each others. These all the differences help us to strengthen the bonding between different ethnic communities. My dear students, be clear, okay? Though we have many differences, what is the main thing is that these are the main point which have made us very strong bonding between the people who are living around our country. That means they used to say each others as brother and sister. You can have noticed there is brotherhood among the people of our country. Okay, now next one, okay. It is a multi-racial, multilingual and multi-religious country. But there is unity in diversity. My dear students, I have been telling you, there are many differences among the people of our country, but also they all are single as they are the citizen of Nepal. They all are called as Nepalese people, no matter whatever differences they have. Okay, now just like a garden that looks beautiful with many different varieties of flowers, so does Nepal with people of different caste, language, culture and religion. My dear student, listen carefully, okay? If a garden has different types of flowers, different color of flowers, then only garden looks beautiful. In the same way, as we have been discussing, there are many differences among the people of our country. These differences has made our country a very beautiful garden, right? Okay, all the people live in peace and social harmony. In our country, all of the people, they are living very peacefully, respecting each other, helping each other, loving each other. Yes, there is social harmony among the people of our country. So that we should be proud to be a Nepali and always unite together to develop our country. So, my dear students, from the slide, you have come to know many things about unity in diversity. Yes, let me revise some of them. We have many differences among the people of our country. You might have noticed in your neighborhood, different caste of people are living there. They speak different languages. They celebrate different festivals. Their costumes might be different, isn't it? But there is a common thing among all the people who are living in our country, as they all can be called as Nepalese. Isn't it? So that is the very important and common thing among the people who are living in this country. So that we can say there is unity in diversity in our country. And my dear students, I have told you there are different languages, different costumes, different festivals celebrated by different caste of people. My dear students, let me repeat you. Our country is country with 4 caste and 36 sub-caste. Many castes are there, isn't it? So according to the caste, they have their own mother tongue, own festival, own costumes, isn't it? Own food, different things are there, which varies from one to another. And these all have made our country a beautiful garden. So let's have a look at the chart. What types of festivals are celebrated, what types of languages are spoken in our country, what caste of people are living there, and what about their festivals. These all we have some few examples over here on the chart. So let's have a look at the chart. Okay, so here it is for you, my dear students. Here I have made a table. Yes, there are 4 columns on the table, and first one, it is of caste. Different castes are there, we have already known, isn't it? Okay, after that their languages. according to the caste, what types of languages people are speaking, that is all given here. And not only the caste, costumes. Costumes means their dress up, what types of clothes they used to wear. Okay, especially I am talking here about the traditional clothes, not the modern clothes. Every people can use anything as modern clothes, isn't it? But we have to think about our tradition. So here traditional clothes are given here. And not only that, in the last column, the festivals which are celebrated by these caste of people are given here. So shall we move for it? Yes. Okay, let's have a look at it. Okay, first one, it is Brahmin caste. Have you listened Brahmin caste? Yeah, so many of you might belong to Brahmin caste, isn't it? So the language spoken by the Brahmin caste people is Nepalese language or Nepali language. Okay, this is also we can say as our national language. This language is spoken and understood by all the people who are living in our country. So that Nepali is also called as Nepalese national language. Okay, now the costumes. What types of costumes are put on by Brahmin people? You might have seen there. Okay, now listen here. Gunu Cholo, it is worn by female of Brahmin caste, isn't it? And Daura Surwal, it is worn by male Brahmin. You might have seen it, isn't it? And what about the festivals they celebrate? You know it, isn't it? They celebrate Dasai, Tihar, Holi, etc. Or mostly Brahmin are from Hindu religion. So the festivals which are followed by Hindu, they also used to follow the similar type of festival like the Dasai, Tihar, Holi. Others are also there, but these are the few examples, right? Okay, now let's move to next number. That is Newar. Caste is Newar, isn't it? Among Newar also there are different castes, but commonly we can say Newar. Yes. So which language they speak? Newari language. Newar people used to speak Newari language, right? And what about their costume, traditional costume? They use Haku Patasi as their traditional costume. This is the special clothes for Newar people. You might have seen. Yes, they might be wearing black color sari with red border. Yes, that is called as Haku Patasi, right? And what about the festival of Newar caste people? Yes, they also have many festivals, isn't it? So they used to celebrate mostly Gai Jatra, Maha Puja, Indra Jatra, etc. Jatras are the main festival of Newar people. Okay, now the next one is also there, Gurung. Do you know Gurung? Yes, Gurung, they are living in Himalayan region of our country mostly. Okay, nowadays they can live anywhere, but mostly originatedly from there. Yes, and they have their different language as Gurung language. Gurung people, they used to speak their own language, that is Gurung language. Okay, and their costume is called as Khalek. Okay, their separate costume is there. They used to put on Khalek as their traditional dress. Yes, and the festival which Gurung people celebrate is Tamu Losar. Losar, yeah, and mostly, let me tell you my dear students, Gurung mostly follow Buddhism. Yes, so they used to celebrate other type of festivals according to Buddhist religion also. Yes, but mostly this Gurung people, they used to celebrate Tamu Losar as their main festival. Okay, now the next one is here, phone number, that is Magar. Okay, have you heard this caste? Yes, some of you might be there, Magar or Thapa Magar, isn't it? So here those Magar people, they also have their own language as Magar language, different from others. Okay, and the costumes, Magar people mostly they used to wear faria, lungi, blouse, etc. Okay, and their festivals are also different. their main festivals are also different from other caste of people, okay. That is, they celebrate Bhumi Puja, one of the main festival of Magar, yes, and even Maghe Sankrati also they used to celebrate, right. And the next one is here, it is given about Sherpa. You might have heard this caste. Some of your friend might belong to Sherpa caste, right? So, Sherpa caste people, they used to speak their own language as Sherpa language, okay. After that, their costumes, okay, Sherpa people, they used to live in the Himalayan region where the climate is very much cold, isn't it? So that they used to wear different types of warm clothes, that is Bakhu, Pangden, Docha, isn't it? These are the name of their traditional clothes, okay. And what about their festival? Let's have a look at festival also, okay. Sherpa people, mostly they used to celebrate Buddha Jayanti, Losar, etc. okay. And now here, last but not the least, okay, there are different castes we have just discussed, yeah. So only 6 examples I have provided here. There are many more than this, yeah. So here it is Yadav. Have you heard this caste? Yeah, this caste generally belong to Tarai region, okay. And Yadav caste people, they used to speak different language, that is called as Maithili language, which is spoken by the people of Tarai region, okay. So they speak Maithili language. And what about their costumes? What types of clothes they used to wear? This Yadav people in the Tarai region, do you think they also might be using the similar type of clothes which are worn by the Sherpas or Gurungs in the Himalayan region? No, obviously not, isn't it? The climate of Tarai is very hot, so that according to their climate, they used to wear different kinds of clothes like kurta, pajama, dhoti, isn't it? Light cotton clothes they used to put on. Yes, and the festival, yes, mostly celebrated in the Tarai region, or Yadav caste people also used to celebrate Holi, Mahasivaratri, isn't it? These are the main festivals celebrated in Tarai region. Okay, my dear students, now I hope you are quite clear about the different castes, their languages, their costumes and the festivals they used to celebrate. As we have been discussing, there is varieties in the culture, tradition among the people of our country, isn't it? So here at last, let's see here something I have written for you, that is in Nepali, and I may make you clear on English too, okay. So that is Hamro Bhasha Ramro, Hamro Vesh Ramro, Hami Sabai Jat Atne Desh Ramro. Okay, once again for you, Hamro Bhasha Ramro, Hamro Vesh Ramro, Hami Sabai Jat Atne Desh Ramro. Listen, okay. Here Bhasha means the languages. No matter how many different languages people speak, they all are so beautiful. They are very much dear to the people, isn't it? And next one, Vesh means costumes here. No matter whatever different types of costumes we have in our country, isn't it? All the costumes, they are very much beautiful. Yes, when some caste of people, they put on their traditional clothes, they look so beautiful, right? And Hami Sabai Jat Atne Desh Ramro. That means we have already discussed many castes are living in our country, isn't it? And they all are living so beautifully, so peacefully here, so that our country is also very beautiful. So all the different languages, different costumes, different festivals and different castes has made our country very much beautiful. Okay, my dear students, now I hope you are quite clear about the topic, right? And now there is a time for your understanding how much you have understood. Okay, as you are in grade 5, there is a question for you, and writing activities you can do it as your assignment. Okay, so to justify this statement, you have to write on the topic that there is unity in diversity in our country. How it is? You have to prove that, isn't it? So you can write in this way. Yes? So, my dear students, I know you can do it. Yeah, I can hope you are clear about the topic so that you can write at least one page for the statement. Will you? Yes, okay, let's try for it, okay. Now, before signing up, my dear students, let's have a revision, short revision about a review about today's class. That is, today we have gone through a new topic, that is unity in diversity, which is very important for us, isn't it? There is unity in diversity so that we are a independent country. Our country is a independent country. We can feel proud of being Nepalese people, right? For that, we have gone through words and meaning in the beginning. After that, we had a topic discussion on the slide, and we have moved through the chart paper also to know about the different castes, their language, their customs and their festivals, isn't it? And finally, we have discussed short discussion about a statement, that is Nepal is a multi-ethnic, multilingual and multi-religious country. Okay, now I hope you are all clear about it, and this much for today, and in next class I will be there with new topic. Till that time, have a good time.